everybody, welcome back to 6th Gear Auto. My name is Sam, and today I'd like to talk about SSC and the whole controversy around the Tuatara's 331 mile an hour drive. So, obviously at this point, if you don't know what this is, just look it up. SSC did a run, Shelby Supercars North America did a run with a customer-ordered SSC Tuatara, which was a car 10 years in the works, and they said they went 331 miles an hour and averaged 316 on two different runs, setting a new world record. However, video came out and it looked, honestly to me, on first look, that they had just kind of messed up which video they uploaded, because the videos did not sync up with actual speed. People were calling them out saying, oh, well, the telemetry is slower than the Koenigsegg Agera RS, which got the record 3 years ago at 278, I think, or something like that as an average top speed. But then next in line was, it ended up getting passed to a bunch of automotive YouTubers, Shmi, Misha, people like that. They all put their detective skills pretty much to work and had teams studying it for them, and pretty much came to the conclusion, no, this run was not possible. They even actually put, in Shmi's example, he put a video of both the Koenigsegg and the SSC run next to each other, and the Koenigsegg did reach, in that one video at least, this one marking point faster than the Tuatara. So, here's where it gets interesting. I personally think that this could easily be a massive PR stunt by SSC, which would make a lot of sense, at least going with the time frame of how everything is coming out about it anyway, as well as in terms of, well, it's a small company, they don't have tons and tons of money to throw at PR, they needed to do something to make sure they stayed in the public eye, and this actually would do it very well. So what I genuinely think is, going by, since I'm following Larry, who is in charge of CF Charities, he's one of my friends, I know him, I've worked with him for a few years, he's the one with the Tuatara that was being run, that was part of the agreement, he gets the first car, but they get to use it in the land speed record for the production vehicles. And he flew out to Nevada to see the test in person. He was there with the car, with Jared Shelby, with Jason Castriota's team, and with Oliver James Webb, who was behind the wheel. So what I think it was, because the series of events was the test, Larry ended up saying about a day later, we had another gear to go, there's more to come, stay tuned in the next few days, the next few weeks, and then boom, suddenly video went viral, and all the YouTubers were starting to call them out on it, saying, this doesn't look real, this looks faked, you're definitely faking a claim. This video looks like it probably was like 250, 260 mile an hour range, which, don't get me wrong, that's still ridiculously fast. That is faster than the Veyron ever claimed. But then it gets real interesting, because it jumps back to SSC and they say, well, no, we know we did it right, and Duotron, the company that was doing the GPS monitoring, has proven it. Duotron responds a day later, we never said that. We never told you that anything. We didn't tell you, oh yeah, we know this was what it was. So then they jump to, well, Oliver James Webb said that he knows what it is. He ended up saying, I didn't really even look at the speedometer during the run, which, I mean, I know that's a lie. You see him looking at the speedometer during the run. It's that top speed, which is 331. I'm pretty sure it's definitely in that 330 range. And starts pumping his fists because he knows he just did something incredible. But he said, no, I didn't say anything. I didn't even look. Then Larry even came forward and said, I don't know what happened, but there's only one real logical response to this. We're going to run it again. If that comes down to that's what it needs to be, I'll just give them the car again to use on the run, because if it does it, then cool, I have two SSC cars, both of which were world record cars, since he has the Ultimate Aero as well, which went, I think, 254 or something like that back in 06 or something. But then there was Jared Shelby himself, after doing a bunch of different videos, different articles saying, well, no, we're going to stand by our claim, we're going to stand by it, we know that we're right. Guinness confirmed it, even though they then said, even though Guinness wasn't there for some reason, but I mean, I feel like they were. As, you know, they held up the sign that said 316 and had like a whole Guinness photo team there and everything. But Jared Shelby put out, I think about probably a week and a half at this point of recording this video, saying he finally got around to watching it. It looks like what it was is they'd done a series of different runs throughout the day. None of the runs were perfect weather conditions, so they put what looked to be the best run over the actual speed, because they said during the one that they were doing at speed there was a ton of crosswind and the sun was a little weird and they didn't want to have that video go up, so they put up the one with the sunlight being the best for it and not tons of crosswind. You can see the road very clearly, obviously, but he pretty much came forward and said, so I know that this is the kind of thing that'll leave a stain on the reputation if we don't do anything about it. Even though we know we did it, we can prove it again, and we know for a fact we got it. Calling out Bugatti and Koenigsegg, actually, which now apparently Koenigsegg is saying that, yeah, no, we still want it, we still got it. I don't think they did, obviously. That's probably a bit of bias since I'm friends with Larry and I've worked with the Tuatara and the Tuatara concept car and the Ultimate Aero, and I've been in touch with Jason Castriota once or twice. Things like that obviously do factor in, but I do genuinely believe, because Jared Shelby seems so confident about his abilities with this. He said, well, the easiest thing to do for this, to make it 100% certain, we'll have everyone come out. We'll fly Shmi, we'll fly Misha, we'll fly all the YouTubers that are saying that, no, you didn't do it, and here's proof. And we're going to ruin your brand name if you don't do anything to handle this properly. Jared said that he apparently doesn't have a massive crisis management team at all for the company, which is kind of unfortunate, because obviously you need something like that for a company, especially one that's trying to break all these records. But also, coming from my personal perspective, since in school I did actually, one of my majors was communications, focusing on crisis management, I can understand exactly how a proper crisis management team would have been able to handle this situation much better, and not, you know, wait weeks and weeks to respond to Shmi and all of them when they were talking. But Jared's saying that pretty much they're gonna just fly out the YouTubers that are saying they're wrong, so they can see in person how good the car is, as well as, hey, we'll just make sure Guinness is able to get everything, and we're going to use even more cameras in the car, we're going to use even more technology to record it exactly to every tiny measurement. That's how they're going with this. They're saying, well, I mean, we know we can do it, but now that we got all this free PR, we're just going to do it again and make it definite. People will know it's us for sure, and that's all there is to it. Because Bugatti's out of the running, they're no longer doing top speed runs. They've got the new Bolide, whatever, track car that's able to do 310. Doesn't really matter. It's it's like a $3 million car, one-off, and it's not road legal, so it doesn't really matter anymore. Koenigsegg still has the Jesko Absolute in the way, so that'll be coming out, and that'll probably be the car trying its best to go after this. I've actually seen, apparently Hennessy is saying, well, it says that they were only doing about 223. We can do better. Which, to Hennessy, I gotta just say, not your place to say. You've never actually fully built a car from the ground up. You've always used platforms from other companies. And I know the Venom F5 is technically on the way. It's been on the way for 5-6 years at this point. I've seen the Venom in person, the Venom GT, a few times. There's the white one, a yellow one, and a black one. I've seen all of them. And it's really, Hennessy, you got no place to judge when you have yet to actually create a car on your own. But I genuinely do think that not only did SSC get the 330 mile an hour top speed, I think what they might have done is intentionally put a number so ridiculously high to get this kind of attention from everyone else, because going by this time frame, everything's lining up with, well, we said we'll do something even more impressive later, and then boom, now they have to. So I feel like what they're definitely doing is, I feel like they'll do the run again, get to like 335, 336 actually, maybe even push a little harder to 340 range, because it is, top speed is about 350 I think, in full throttle 7th gear. But the car itself, I really do think will get that record, and I think that if what I'm saying is exactly how they've done it, then not only was it one of the smartest PR moves they could have ever done, getting this kind of free PR from literally multiple international channels for a small company built out of pretty much a guy's house in Washington State. That is a whole new level of a PR stunt that I have never heard of a car company actually doing. So if that's the case, major bravo to you, Shelby, and your entire team. That is mind-blowingly smart if that's the case. Obviously, I have no idea. I am in the waiting list to do a review possibly with the Tuatara. I messaged Larry about it and said, hey, I'm a writer with hot cars, which I am. Check out my writing if you want. It's actually some pretty cool stuff. I've written about a lot of different cars, the new JP Euro, the JP0 race car built off of a Lotus Exige platform. I've written about Snoop Dogg, a few different things like that. It's really cool, a lot of fun. And actually, I'm starting to try and link some of the writing I've done to the clothing line I make now. So I'm also, again, right there is the link to the online store. Go ahead, buy some cool stuff. Might as well. Get yourself some stuff for the holiday season coming up. I actually do have right here a whole section for winter stuff. I call it Boost Season. It's sweatshirts, sweaters, knit hats, everything like that. And obviously all like kind of trying to be funny, but it's all pretty cool stuff. But let me know what you guys think of my theory about this stuff, because I'm actually, the more and more I think about it, the more it makes sense. And this is something that came to me as like a shower thought a few weeks ago, and I wanted to hold back on uploading or posting about it because I wanted to see how it would play out more in my favor or not, and it just has happened to go in my favor pretty much directly. But if you guys like the video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. Buy some merch, because it's actually some cool stuff, and that's not just me saying it because I made it. I actually really like the designs. But I'll see you on the next video. Until then, bye-bye.